Blues TV. I'm here with Chidera. What a win tonight. A win is a win. What do you think about the game?
Poor performance. We got lucky when we went forward with the own goal, but we can't play like that. Honestly, we can't play like that. We can't play like that against Barcelona. We can't play like that in the Premier League. Maresca seems to be obsessed with controlling the game with possession rather than aggressive forward attacks. And, I don't know why he's doing that right now. We didn't really have a preseason.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something he's considering, maybe fitness. He's trying to be careful not to stretch the players too much. Midfield, we are good because we have Caicedo. And we have Fernandez, getting into the, very important spaces, picking up the ball, distributing it. A lot of people don't see what he does, but if you play football and you know how it is on the pitch, you understand what he's doing. He's showing up in the right spaces, he's working hard. But we won't go anywhere if we play like, we will just be a mid-table team. I'm telling you, we need to find a way to really show some attacking teeth and go out for games to win games. We score a goal. We've been having good first halves. We dominate, we score a goal, and then we rest and try to control the game. And then we try to go attacking through only premeditated routines. You can see that they recycle the ball and then they try to do something they've done on the training ground. And football, I'm not saying that's wrong. It works. But today's game wasn't high-paced. Benfica doesn't play. They didn't come at us with the same speed we face in the Premiership. I was here for the game at Brighton. You saw we held the first half very well. But once we got the red card, Brighton just kept hammering us. So there are teams that will play us with that kind of, aggression. I can't wait to watch the Chelsea-Sunderland game, because Sunderland, before the season started, I predicted, because I watched them in the Championship. So I know that Sunderland will not be a pushover. I remember telling a friend of mine, and he was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You don't watch Sunderland, And I'm happy for them. They're doing well so far. I don't want them relegated. So that game is a serious test. It's like Ipswich last season. So I don't know what Maresca is doing. We need to be more, aggressive. And we also need to be more clinical, because in the first halves, when we control the games, we waste too many chances. We have too many chances, we waste them. And this is the problem. It goes back to our transfer strategy. We did not get a good striker. Because let's be honest, even if Delap wasn't injured, he's not someone that strikes fear into defenders' hearts. How many goals did he score last season? 9? 12? Okay, great. But no defender is scared of him. He's just a striker. Chelsea cannot function with just a striker. They really should have bought Osimhen last season. There are some people that you break your rules for. Whatever rules you have, there are niche players that you just have to get, right? And Osimhen is one of those kinds of players, and he was available. Do you understand? And he's the kind of aggressive player that would have fit Chelsea's system perfectly. He's good in the air for crosses. Look at today's crosses. Horrible. Apart from the horrible crosses, the ones that did come in, no attacking bite, no one. Again, like I said on Saturday, Joao Pedro cannot play as a 9. We saw it today as well. The 1 or 2 times the ball got to him, he was beaten in the air at every time. And Antonio Silva is not that tall. They are almost the same height. So how will he do it in the Premiership against the kinds or the likes of Lewis Dunk we saw on Saturday.
Van Dijk,
Do you understand? He's going to keep getting bullied, and we will not have an attacking bite. So Chelsea made a huge mistake not signing the guy, for whatever reason. But if they are a serious team, if they really want to win, they will damn all consequences and go to Galatasaray in January. It doesn't have to wait till summer. Just go. You can buy him and give them Gil on loan. But it seems their strategy, maybe they are hoping they will send Gil back to Strasbourg and get Emega.
Yeah.
Because that's why Gil hasn't been playing. It looks like they don't, because if he plays for Chelsea, it means he's played for 3 clubs. And that would mean that he can't be sold or loaned out anymore. So it looks like that's the reason he's not playing. I don't know how long they can handle that. Yeah, because Joao Pedro is on a red card, and we have a Champions League game, so no striker. Are we going to use Tyreek for 90 minutes? Or maybe Pedro Neto will come in and play 9 in the Champions League. It's not making sense. It's not giving. So the guy needs to come up with some. We need to. Even if we don't have a striker, we can make it work by shooting. We get the ball in good places in the attacking third, in between the spaces. We get very good passes through. Enzo Fernandez, Estevao, they can make it happen in that last place before the final attacking third. They need to start taking shots. If we don't have a striker that's going to worry, defenders. Once we get the ball in the final, just take shots. Any spillover, the wingers or anyone else can, trouble the defenders. But crosses, long balls is not going to work. It's really, especially in the Premier League, it's not going. We might get lucky in the Champions League once in a while, but in the Premier League, it is not going to work. What else? What's his name? Gusto was good. He's a good defender. I don't know why he's not good as an attacker, but it is what it is. I think a good coach would focus on using his abilities when he gets into attacking spaces, because he's good enough to get into attacking spaces, And when he does get into those spaces, he messes them up. So maybe they need to teach him or help him get his crosses better, put him through shooting drills. Maybe he needs to focus more on that, as well as I think he's a very good defender as a right back. The problem is when he's not switched on, like we saw against Brighton. When he relaxes, that's the problem. But once he's focused, once he has something to prove, once he's been criticized in a game, he's always extra sharp in the next game. So that shows you he's a good player. He just needs to be switched on for 90 minutes. And that is why we need leaders, because if you remember when we had Thiago Silva would always shout at everyone and keep everyone on their toes. So we need someone in that mold who's experienced, who the other players respect. I would say Chelsea go for Marquinhos from PSG, but he's not going to leave. He's never going. PSG, they are a terrorist club. They hold their players.
Absolutely, especially a player like Marquinhos. I don't see them. I thought Maguire is a perfect match for Chelsea. Maguire,
the striker,
defender.
Maguire,
Who? Maguire from
Crystal Palace.
Because, he played very well with Kobe and Euro. Someone that you can rely on as well.
The truth is, nobody even knows where he wants to go. It looks like he wants to go to Liverpool,
or Real Madrid. It's going to go on a free agent.
Yeah, he's going on a free. So we have to wait and see. I don't think Chelsea can convince him, because Chelsea is not serious. And the truth is, we will only keep getting average footballers because we are not serious. So the sporting directors and the owners, they need to reconsider what they're doing. You've been able to work on this strategy, and you've been able to get players that you've sold for a profit. I think that's not going to happen anymore. We saw Jamie Gittins today, horrible. His first game, the first game of the season, I would have given him a 5 or 6 over 10. But today, minus 20 over 10. He can't pass, he can't shoot, he can't dribble, he can't make decisions. I don't know if today was an off day, but he was horrible today. It's not the same person I saw in Dortmund. Maybe it's a confidence thing, but today was wrong. It was off. And I think Chelsea buying him was unnecessary. I think they were desperate to buy a winger, and they should have focused on Garnacho at that point instead of Gittins. Because Gittins is not Premier League proven. He hasn't played up to 100 games for Dortmund. They should have let him, they should have indicated interest, but continue to watch him for another season. He's too raw. He should have stayed in Dortmund and, got more minutes under his belt. They should have gone for more established players at Dortmund like Karim Adeyemi. They should have gone for Ademola Lookman. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are better left-sided or left wingers, left-sided players or left wingers that have proven their attacking pedigree and would have given us an extra edge. Jamie Gittins is not that. And this club paid £48.5 million for Jamie Gittins. They will never sell him more than that. I'm sorry to say. They are stuck with him for the next 6-7 years. He will not go for more than that amount. So, and they will need to sell him because they will need to buy someone else for the left wing because he's not going to play a lot of games. So,
At the end of the day, it's
at the same time, it also depends on the coach. I don't think Maresca's style is well suited. Sorry about that. I don't think Maresca's style is the best for Gittins, but today he got the ball many times in acres of space. He wasted it. He couldn't even defend properly. He was lazy. He was ball watching. I know because in the second half he was playing on the left and I was in the west stand, so I could see him. He was horrible. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a central back. I played central back all my life. I'm sure I would have done a lot better than him. On the left wing, I would have done a lot better. Even as old as I am, I'm going to be 34 in October. I would have done so much more better than him. Honestly, he was horrible today. I don't know. I'm not the type of person to bash players, right? But today, he as a player, he got a chance. He had space. His decision making was poor. He'd go one-on-one. You could see the defender is scared because he doesn't know what to expect. And he can't take a shot. Sometimes there was no one to pass to, but at least take a shot. You're a winger, for crying out loud. Or cross the ball. Nothing. It was shameful. I'm sorry. It was horrible. Sanchez needs to go. The goalkeeper. 4 horrible passes. 4 horrible passes. 4 horrible passes. Like, so horrible. He wasn't even under pressure. 4 horrible passes that now put us under pressure because we considered throw-ins. He's horrible. I don't want to see him again, ever. I wish I could. I will share my Twitter handle with you so you can see the tweets I made about Sanchez last season. Petrovic is Bournemouth's keeper. And where is Bournemouth?
I think they're 5th or something.
What does that tell you? Petrovic was the best goalkeeper in Europe last season. People were laughing at him because of pre-season. No, don't judge by pre-season because they're still learning. He's just joined a new club. And besides, nobody watched Bournemouth's games. I watched Bournemouth's games. He made saves. Their defense was horrible. Mind you, they lost Zabarnyi. They lost all their entire back line. So in pre-season, obviously the defense would be horrible and he would concede more goals. But he made so many saves. Chelsea should have kept Petrovic and gotten rid of Sanchez because I promise you, nobody's going to pay big money for Sanchez.
No.
Nobody will pay. He's ruined his reputation by himself. He can't pass. Yes, he's good with shot stopping sometimes, but he's that kind of guy that loses concentration as well. You can't trust him 100%. So he's definitely going to go to maybe a mid-table club, or if we're lucky, Arsenal or Tottenham will do us a favour and sign him as a backup keeper. But that is not someone you can win trophies with, because you can't trust him. You can't win the Premiership with Sanchez, because a goalkeeper needs to be consistent throughout. Let's take a look at it. Goalkeepers that won the Premiership in the past few seasons, Ederson and Alisson, how many clean sheets did they have? At least 12. 10 to 12 clean sheets a season, which is average for a good goalkeeper, if we are being honest. Because a good goalkeeper should be thinking of, if there are 38 games in the Premiership, at least 15 to push your team over the line, at least 15 clean sheets. You understand? Sanchez cannot give us 10. He's never going to give us. If Sanchez gives us 10, I will come here and apologize. But I know he cannot do it. Do you understand me? He needs to go. Mainan is not the solution. I'm sorry to say. His stats are not good. You watch him, he has good command of his area, he has the experience. But sometimes he makes some blunders. Not that he makes some mistakes or blunders, but the kind of goals he concedes, you wonder why he's conceding those goals. But Allegri is doing well at AC Milan, and they seem sharper. So I'm watching their games. I'm not going to judge him completely, but like I always tell people, the coach determines how the players will play. That's why you consider, if someone had told any Chelsea fan that when Tuchel came, we would win the Champions League, nobody would have believed you. But he's a serious coach. He's a no-nonsense coach. He's very direct. He knows what he wants. He's very strict with his players. So we need a coach like Tuchel that is hard, that's driven. De Zerbi, they won 4-5-0 today in the Champions League, Marseille. They played well. I watched them in Ligue 1. They are not bad. I think De Zerbi, I don't know how he will manage these young guys. I think if we get him, he might clash with Enzo Fernandez, because Enzo Fernandez has an ego, and De Zerbi acts like he's Mourinho, and he's good, but his ego is ridiculous. If he doesn't win the Ligue 1 this season at Marseille, he needs to pipe down. If he can't win it against PSG, he needs to pipe down, because his ego is, But I understand him. He's a passionate coach. I can feel his anger, his passion in the game, when his frustration when he plays. We need a disciplinarian coach, but we also need a tactically astute coach that knows what he's doing. De Zerbi, I would say 7 over 10, he fits that bill. And I think he's one of the few that are available. Of course, I would prefer Tuchel, but Tuchel is not, after the World Cup, maybe, and he might not want to work with these owners again. We have a lot of things to address at Chelsea. I honestly don't think, I would be surprised if we make the top 4 this season. I don't expect us to get past the round of 16 in the Champions League if we keep playing like this. If Maresca doesn't change anything, it's not looking good. I don't think I'm going to come to any game again. Yes, I really don't think so. This game cost me £120. The money is not necessarily the issue, but what I see is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's horrible. I'm paying a lot of money, but I'm seeing rubbish. I'm seeing rubbish, because before the season, I felt, with our performance in the Club World Cup, our form, I felt, okay, we might start the season on fire. It's been the opposite. I don't know why Maresca's approach is to score 1 goal and relax. This is the Premier League. It can never work. So, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chidera. I appreciate it.